One here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video talking about, well, the best 5 cards you lot should be trying to pick up out of Ignition Assault. Now, personally, in my opinion, Ignition Assault is not a good set. This is basically another one of those sets where there's like one card where everybody needs and it's super expensive, and because of it's super expensive, it's really hard to choose what cards other in this set are really good. And honestly, the things in this set aren't that great either. Like the decks, I don't really see any of them becoming meta, like the Megaliths, the Ancient Warriors, and the Agnistas. Like, Agnistas might have potential down the line. They are somewhat consistent and can be mixed with Mathmech very well to have some sort of consistency and their own playability. But I don't really see those decks going very good either. But every one of these decks on this list, they are somewhat every one of these, cards on this list are really good pickups from this set, though. Even though the set is not that great of a set, there are still some really good pickups in this set that I really feel like everybody should try to kind of get, just so you can have like a play set in your box, so you can have like these that if you need them specifically, because they could be really good later on down the line. And I feel like all of these cards have kind of a purpose and are things that people should have in their collection, just in case they either spike, just in case they're more money, just in case they're really good pickups, and just in case they're just really good cards in general. So, without further ado, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 cards in Ignition Assault, the best 5 cards that you lot should try to pick up at your box openings. Already been the sneak peek, so we can't really do one for that, but we are going to be talking about the cards you should be getting from people when they open their boxes, or online, or anything along those lines, seeing as sneak peek prices will have died down as soon as the box is released. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this and talk about the first card, which is Fujiki Recurse. So basically what Fujiki Recurse is, it's a new draw spell. And the reason why it's a super rare in the set as well, and the reason I feel like everybody should kind of pick this up is because this is a generic draw card for any level 9 deck. Now sure, there is not a lot of level 9 decks out there. There aren't that many out there that are great. But this card literally just says, if you have a level 9 in your hand or a level 9 on your field, send it to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. And throughout Yu-Gi-Oh's history, anything that says draw 2 cards, such as Allure of Darkness, Trade-In, Seven Swords of Sacred Stars was even one at one point, Allure of Darkness, Pot of Desires, Pot of Extravagance. Any card that says draw 2 has always been a very good card. Now this obviously has a drawback to some of the, unlike some of those cards, being that this one can only be used once per turn, but nonetheless, I feel like this is a really good pickup, just because having the ability to send a level 9 from your hand to the graveyard and then draw 2 cards is just good. It will always be good. It will be something that will come up later on in the game. It will go super expensive for no reason, and it's just something nice to have in your collection because it's something that says draw 2. And there's also the fact that this will be that can be used in certain decks, such as the Generaids currently, such as in True Kings. Like any deck that has like level 9 support, like True Kings, Generaids, those are the first 2 that come to mind, for instance. This card can be used in those specific decks, so it is kind of worth having this card in general, just if you're going to play Generate or True Kings in general, just in case you want to play those decks. So, first card on this list is Fujiki Recurse, draw card that says draw 2. It's a good card. I reckon it won't be that expensive. It'll probably be like pounds until we actually see like good, like when Generate become more powerful when they get their other support. I definitely can see this card maybe boosting up to a $5. But right now I don't see this card being more like £1, maybe £2. So hopefully you guys pick it up and agree with me. But let's go on to the next one. So the next card on this list is Gimmick Kaku, the Supreme Shining Star Sky Stag. Now, this Gizmek is not as good as Gizmek Orochi, but this Gizmek is good in pretty much until Master Rule 5. Unless you're playing against the Link deck, then this card will be good against the Link deck. And basically what this card does is, if your opponent controls a monster in the extra monster zone, or if there's just a monster in the extra monster zone, I believe, just let me clarify that. If if there is a monster in the extra monster... Oh, okay, so you can do it if there's a monster in your own extra monster zone. You can special summon this card from your hand. And you're allowed, with this card's effect, you're allowed to target a monster in evil extra monster zone. So if your opponent has a monster in the extra monster zone, you can then equip it to Gizmek himself. And that's actually a really powerful effect when you think about it. Because say in the extra monster zone, your opponent has something like, I don't know, an Abyss Dweller, Thunder Dragon, Titan, something along those lines in the extra monster zone. Well, what you can do is you can just summon the Gizmek, take the Titan, and then it also has another effect where if this card attacks and destroys something by battle, it can summon it. Well, it can't summon a Titan, but you get the point. If there's a really good monster in the extra monster zone that this card takes, then it can special summon it from the main monster zone and then just attack with that monster as well. So it's like, oh, I'm going to steal your cards, but I'm also going to get to use them if I kill something else of yours. Like, that's just generic good stuff. Now, obviously, this is a secret rare in the set, so it won't be as easy to get, but I can honestly see this card going after the sneak, going into the sets of the releases of the boxes, this card being anywhere between maybe 15 to 20 pounds, and that's not bad for a card like this that literally just says, oh, I summon myself for free from my hand, I'm going to steal your monster, and I can potentially summon it back myself. So there's nothing wrong with having a card like this in this set because it's just a generically good card that has potential going down the line depending on how many extra Monster Zone decks there will be, especially in Master Rule 5. Like, this card will crash, most likely crash as soon as we hit Master Rule 5, just because there will be a lot more decks playing more XCs, Fusions, and Synchros, but if one deck dominates that plays Links or they start putting stuff in the extra monster zone, then this is just a free steal from the extra monster zone and there's nothing wrong with that. So this is just a good card that I feel like you should be picking up. As I said, it'll be probably around 15 to 20 pounds, sadly, but it's a good card nonetheless and definitely something people should consider picking up. But anyway, next card you should be picking up is Sales Pitch. Now let me tell you about this amazing deal. This card says if your opponent adds card from their deck to their hand, then you can add one card from your deck to your hand. Great sales pitch, right? It's a 1-for-1. You add something, I add something. But here's the catch. There's obviously a catch. There's always going to be a catch. You can use that card this turn. Great deal, right? Huh? Basically, this is a secret trap card that says when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you can add any card in your deck to your hand. There is nothing wrong with this card. Like, it's a hard once per turn effect, so it's not. So if you have two, you can't use multiple of it. So it is somewhat balanced in that case, and you can't use the effects of that monster or summon the effects of that card or activate that card in the turn. I believe I can clarify that as well because I have the text down here. God, gotta love technical difficulty mid video. But yeah, so your opponent adds cards from their deck to their hand. Except by drawing them, reveal one card from your deck, add it to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or all the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. Yeah. So basically, you can still summon the card, but you can't activate its effects at all that turn or activate the card itself. And that's fine, because basically what this card says you're going to do is, oh, you've added something from your deck to your hand. That's pretty neat. Well, I'm going to activate this card, add my one-of. I'm going to add my Rota. I'm going to add my Raigeki, I'm going to add my Lightning Storm, I'm going to add my Raw Sphere mode, my Evenly Matched. I'm going to add any card in the game that stops you from playing the game to my hand, so on your turn, so when it's my turn, I can be like, you built a board. I don't like that. Bye! Gone! No more. That's what this card says. I'm literally going to have any setup on the next turn for what your deck can do. That's what this kind of card is. It literally says I'm going to have the hand trap that I need to stop your monster. I'm going to have the monster that allows me to out your board. I'm going to have the specific card that outs your entire deck like Imperial Order. Like, this card literally states, I'm going to stop you from playing the game because you attempted to add a card from your deck to your hand. That's what this card does, and that's why it's such an insane card. Having the ability to add any card in the game to your hand is insane. And literally, all your opponent has to do is add one card from their deck to their hand. Do you know how many decks searched in this game? Every deck. There is not a single deck in the game that doesn't search. Literally. Trudraco, Diagram. Guru himself, Hidden City, Pendulum Cool, the Alistair Link, like no, not Alistair Link, the yeah, well he's Alistair in the thing, but the spellbook Link, get like there's literally every deck searches. Every deck searches, like maybe even Spiral searches. They search like Last Resort. Well, searches like tons of stuff searches, and there's no reason for this deck card not to be good. And honestly, guys, I can see this card being expensive. On first few weeks of release, I could see this card being quite cheap, just because it is a trap card and there is a chance that it won't see much play. But honestly, after that, I can, like, when the further we get away from this set, I can see this card just going up and up and up and up and up, because it just says search anything in your deck. And that's insane. That's absolutely insane. But for the current release, I could literally see the card being anywhere from maybe £20 to £30. Honestly, just because this card says search any card. And a card that says search any card is busted, and sure, it has some requirements that you need to resolve to be able to use that effect, but having something like that is insane, and this card is definitely a good pickup in this set. So if you can pick these up cheap, like, pick them up. Pick them up, because this card is absolutely insane. But guys, that's sales pitch. My sales pitch is done. Let's go on to number 2, though. So, number 2 in this set is Cross Sheep. Now, Cross Sheep is an absolutely insane Link monster. This card has an effect whenever a card is summoned to its Link zone. And because I can't remember every effect, we're just going to dip down again just for a second so I can get the text up. Alright, so what this card does whenever a monster is summoned to its activate. So basically, when this card is summoned to this Link zone, you can activate this effect, apply the following effects depending on the monster card types on the field this card points to. So, if this points to specific types, so Ritual, Fusion, Xyz, or Synchro. If it points to a Ritual monster, you can draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. If it points to a Fusion monster, you can special summon one... Wait. Yeah. If it points to a Fusion monster, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower from your graveyard. If it points to a Synchro monster, all monsters you currently control gain 700 attack. If it points to an Xyz monster, all monsters your opponent currently controls lose 700 attack. You're going to use this effect once per turn. Now, let's look at this card in general. Why would this card be done? Well, first of all, in Ritual decks in general, I'm summoning something to a zone this card points to. I'm instantly drawing 2. And then discarding 2 dead cards in my hand. Insane. Absolutely dumb. Fusion decks. Every Fusion deck now has a way to recover the graveyard. So, you have this. I have this. I'm going to special summon a Fusion monster to a zone that Cloth Sheep points to. I'm going to activate Cloth Sheep's effect. Cloth Sheep is now going to special summon, say we're playing Heroes, Shadow Mist from the graveyard for free. I now get a free Dark Claw. If I'm playing against any deck that you play against with this card, is dumb. Like, and honestly, this card in any deck is absolutely insane. Any Fusion deck, any deck that can run Fusions, this card is insane. And literally, this card on its own makes a staple instant fusion in every deck. Literally, you play this, you play instant fusion. Because as soon as you resolve instant fusion, that is a free monster reborn as soon as you do that. That is absolutely insane. Like, literally, I'm just going to reborn any level 4 or low from my graveyard. And guess what, guys? This card's a rare. This card is a rare. That's absolutely insane. Having the ability to literally just summon any level 4 or lower from your graveyard on the activation of instant fusion. That is insane. This card is literally nuts and just gives so much power to so many decks that didn't need it. And that's absolutely insane. So, guys, honestly, pick this card up. This card is a rare. Honestly, I can see it being like a £5 rare. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this card right now, maybe like £3 rare. Later down the line, £5, £6, £7, £8. This card will go up in over time. And it's just an insane investment and a card that everybody really should have in their collection. So something you guys should all really be picking up is Cross Sheep, because the card is absolutely insane. Honestly, the card is nuts. But guys, let's go on to the last card in this video that we're going to be talking about, which is Lightning Storm. Now, obviously, this was going to be the best pickup in this set. There is no doubting this. This is the Phantasme of the set. This is the card that literally says it makes the set worth buying. So, when you look at this card and you realize what this card does, you understand why this card is the best card in the set. Now, what this card does is, while you're controlling face-up cards, you can activate one of two effects. You can either destroy all face-up all attack position monsters your opponent controls, or you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. And you can only activate one copy of this card per turn. Now, this is a staple in the side or the main. You should be playing this in your side or main deck, no matter what. For multiple reasons. One, it can out in a full attack board of Link monsters. So your opponent just controls tons of Link monsters, Lightning Storm them away. Done. If your opponent's playing a monster-centric deck and they just leave all their monsters in attack, done. Gone. Any back row deck out there, well, Harpy's Feather Duster is banned and this is at free, so hey, activate Lightning Storm, every back row you have is gone. This card literally says, I'm going to nuke your back row easily. It's gone. It's not here anymore. It's just gone. And honestly, this is the best card to pick up out in the set. It literally says, I'm going to nuke all your back row. It's the best card in the set and the card that literally everybody should be chasing after. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be picking up this card. So, guys, this is just the best card in the set, honestly. There's no more... I don't really need to explain everything because the card is just so broken with its simple text of destroy all face-up attack position monsters, destroy all spell and trap cards that opponent controls. Like, do I really need to explain it? But for value-wise on this card, I can honestly see this card being anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds on when boxes are out. Like, honestly, it's probably going to go around that, or it might, if you can get them for cheaper than that, I would commend you to do it, because honestly, I'm just going to I'm honestly just going to buy a set as soon as I'm paid. Buy a set, get it, done. I now have a set of this card that I'm going to be needing regardless. So guys, yeah. These are the cards that you should be picking up out of Ignition Assault. There are obviously other things such as the Ancient Warriors, Agnistas, and the Monoliths, if you want to play those to pick up. Personally, I'm not going to. I don't see any interest in these sets, in these decks, but guys, these are the 5 cards that you should all be picking up. They are all really good cards and have their own specific reasons to pick up. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more streams or videos from me, press the subscribe button. Streams in general, though, a little announcement on that. Streams are moving over to my Twitch channel now. I kind of don't really see the point on streaming on YouTube anymore, seeing as I'm not really getting anything out of it, and I don't feel like there's just too many restrictions on YouTube for me to stream on YouTube. So I've moved over to Twitch now. The links to my Twitch account in the description below if you're interested. I'm going to be streaming whenever I really get the chance. Like, I might stream every day. Like, we're going to be, coming up, we're going to be streaming a tournament on my team. I'm going to be streaming that on my channel, so we're going to be streaming matches of that on my channel as well, on my Twitch channel, so please keep an eye out for that. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Twitch channel in the description below to kind of like see that and see when I'm streaming, follow all of that so I can, get some actual good stuff out of that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Twitch, and I will see you guys in the next one. Definitely pick up these cards, guys. These are all good cards to pick up out of Ignition Assault. Just, they're the best. Later all. Robot1, signing out. See you later.